Yeah, so basically, we are planning vacations in anime worlds. And, just because there are so many variety in the anime settings that we get. So I wondered what would make the best vacation spot? What would you do? What would you eat? Who would you go see? That kind of thing. I actually had a little bit it's a very simple idea to think about, but when I was trying to think of ideas to write down, I'm like, "Oh, remember this show. The location seemed pretty cool, but I don't remember the details of it. So how am I going to think of what am I going to specifically do there?" But I did my best, and you guys probably did much better than me. So we'll see what we all came up with.
Yeah, I don't know how to go. I feel like if any of us actually watched all of One Piece, that would be just like an easy, oh, here are like the five best islands that I would go to kind of thing.
Hmm.
And it was kind of tough picking just
Stop stealing
one.
Shonen Showdown ideas,
Oh,
Mason.
oh, oh, oh.
I don't know. That sounds like a great idea for Shonen Showdown. If Emery
Yeah.
and Raggedy are listening.
And it's hard because so many shows take place on Earth, so it feels like a waste to be like, I would go to Tokyo, Japan, where this
Yeah.
happened. Like, okay, that's kind of lame. Or like a lot of the fantasy shows you want to go to, like Made in Abyss, you're like, that is not a place I would want to visit on vacation.
Yeah.
So
That was the
it's
first one I thought about. Like that would be so cool, but I also don't want to die. So
yeah.
what do you do about that?
So I think first across the board, I think going anywhere, if you could just travel in style by traveling on Howl's Moving Castle, that would just be cool. Just instead of dealing with public transportation or flights or anything, just go across like the Australian outback in a massive castle. Like that would be fun. That'd be cool. But who wants to go first? Who has a good example of a vacation itinerary?
I think my best itinerary comes from Naruto. So I
Lead
and
us
honestly,
off.
I feel like a lot of the big long running shonen shows, those are the best for vacation itineraries because they have so much in their worlds that they have built out because they're so long running. If I had seen One Piece, you already said it, that would probably be a good example to go with. But in Naruto, I feel like a few days in the village hidden in the leaves would be very nice. I would go to Ichiraku Ramen, of course. Maybe the Dango shop. 'Cause I've never had Dango before. I don't even know what they taste like, but they always go there.
Have you had
The hot
mochi?
springs. Yes.
Just
Is it basically that?
it's the mochi outside. There's nothing in the inside. It's just the gooey mochi part, and then it's
Hmm.
just like coated in like a syrup of some kind, depending on what kind of dango you get. It's just a texture thing,
Oh, okay.
but it looks
Still a
very
place I
fun.
would want to go to. The hot springs and visit the Mount Rushmore of Hokages because that's just what it makes me think of. And then also do a little outside the village traveling and go to the waterfall of the final battle in the show. That would be cool.
Nice. I know some of those locations. I didn't get far enough in Naruto, but it seems relaxing overall. Besides the,
Do you want to go?
yeah, I can go next. So the last place I thought of in my making vacation itineraries, and the reason I'm wearing this very adorable tank top is Pokemon. Is there not a better place to go on vacation for? And there's so many different regions to choose from, and you could pick it based on what Pokemon you like the most, and this and that and the other. But I think at the end of the day, the most interesting one I would pick is the Hoenn region, which is from Ruby and Sapphire. And this is modeled based on Kyushu, the second smallest of Japan's four main islands. But despite being on the smaller side, it harbors a surprisingly wide and memorable assortment of geographical points of interest. You have large active volcanoes, which breed nice hot springs. You got these rich rainforests and dune-filled deserts. You got plenty of water, so much water, too much water, some might argue, and beautiful coastlines that
So
go with it.
much
So
water.
much water. You got
Well,
safari zones.
depends on
Yeah,
which legendary is active, I guess.
that's fair. I was a sapphire boy, so lots of water. Yeah, there's just a lot of variety to the Hoenn region. So if I tried to do like a 5-day itinerary kind of thing. So day one, Hoenn region, flying in the north into Four Tree City. Not much to do there, but it's a city in the trees. Like how cool is that? That's Ewok vibes all the way through. Then you go down the coast, or not the coast, but the river of 119, 118, those routes to get to Mauville City. You can get some banana growing tropiuses. You can get a shark. Like, how awesome on vacation if you just went home with a shark. Pretty neat, right? Not many other places can one up you. Then you hang out in Mauville.
Sorry, a shark or a sharpedo?
Yeah, it's Sharpedo, but it's a shark. It's a shark. Mauville City, bursting metropolis. You got the gym. You got the bike shops. There's 2 different bikes in this region. How awesome is that? You got the food court.
bikes.
You got the game corner. You got all the combat related stuff. You got Crooner's Cafe, aka Gooner's Cafe. So many things. Full day in Mauville City. Next day, day 4, Route 110 to Slateport. You got the seaside cycling track thing. There's just, it's a beautiful ride. Everyone loves it. And then you end your trip in Slateport City. You got abundant markets. You got lighthouses. You got the coast. And it's just a nice, relaxing end to the trip. So Pokemon, Hoenn region, 5 days, north to south, right through the gut of it. That's a good time.
You see, you did what I was thinking of in my mind, and I did not do that.
Because
So,
it's tough. It's tough to find
Yeah.
a place that has enough of interest. But there you go. And you can pick up some Pokemon on the way, including a shark. What do you got, Friggy?
Yeah, so Tours presents a visit to the digital world. Yes, the Digimon digital world, because I guess I have to be specific for some of you all. All right, so what can you expect on a Digi World tour? Well, literally, it is the best option that you could do. Explore the multiple facets of the digital world. It's lush and varying digital landscapes, incorporating both futuristic and realistic landscapes. You see, streetcars on the middle of a lake. You see mountains that are sometimes all volcanoes, sometimes lead to frosted islands, sometimes lead to the sandiest of beaches, the most lush of forests. The temperature is always perfect in the digital world. Sometimes it does get a little bit hot, but that's only because you're in the volcano region.
Oh,
This our multiple vacation packages offers a variety of activities for all ages and all types. You want to ski, surf, snowboard, lay on the beach, trek through the woods, climb mountains, explore active volcanoes, find glacial icebergs. You want to go through a weird cave with all kinds of digital, like, magic lines going through it, and explore some ancient ruins that are maybe not so ancient. You can do it all and do them all at your leisure. And honestly, it is one of the easiest ways to travel. You don't like to drive, you don't like to be on a boat, you don't like to fly, which you could also technically do in the digital world as well if you were interested, skydiving, all that kind of fun stuff. Don't worry about it. It is the easiest mode of travel that you can come across. We will send you a Digivice per person going on this vacation, and all you need to do is open up your computer, and the Digivice will take you to your pre-programmed location. So, Friggy, you're wondering, you may be saying, oh, Friggy, but what about all of these digital monsters that exist in this world? How are we going to protect yourself? Well, each Digivice comes equipped with one Digimon of its own to help protect you on your vacation. If you want to take care of it, you can take care of it and treat it as a pet, or you can just take it out if you need to protect yourself. But a lot of our areas can also be, programmed to your own liking. This ain't no VR world where you're lying in a bed and you're trapped there for so long and your body is slowly dying. No, you are turned into data and you are flung through. And don't worry, we got some of the best healthcare in the system. We can just reconstruct you. Boom. Don't forget, such great locations exist in the world of the digital world. There's a place like File Island, a very nice beginner island. So much activities you can do there. It's so easy to do in a couple of days, just maybe a weekend vacation. Don't forget, you've got the Continental server if you're looking for a more week to 2 week long vacation that explores, like, maybe some desert areas. Want to travel the desert? Who knows right there? Maybe you're feeling a little bit moody and depressive and you really just want to exist in that space. There's the dark ocean. Ooh, lots of eldritch horrors live there. If you want to tickle your fancy in that particular way. All this and more on Friggy Tours Presents.
I'm not
Ow.
going to disagree with you, but that gave me big vibes of Exploring is easy when you have a library card. You can go anywhere your imagination takes you. But
But you
no.
literally can in the
Yeah.
digital world.
Now, what do you say to the whole existence of like people who enter the datascape and are just reconfigured into data, like, and have moral quandaries of them not being the same person they were when they went in?
Well, then a Frigi Tours presents tour to the digital world is not the tour for you.
There you go.
But I would say give it a
There's your
chance
warning.
nonetheless. But I'd say give it a chance nonetheless. You'd be surprised.
The price of just being able to snap your fingers and go wherever you want is a price that only your metaphysical deductions is the cost. Caroline, what else do you have?
I just figured out I'm not going to the Kelly Clarkson show.
Why? Because you're going to the DigiWorld instead?
No, because my friend okay, so sorry to
No, this is a
to
huge bummer.
interrupt.
No, this is
Yeah,
way more
so
important.
just a quick backstory. I'm visiting a friend tomorrow in New York City, and she got tickets to go to the Kelly Clarkson show through lottery. She found out that she actually got tickets for Tuesday, not tomorrow, and I have something to do on Tuesday,
Yeah,
so I
go to a
can't
Kelly
go.
Clarkson show.
So how are
Can't
you
go.
going to
What's more important?
drown your sorrows by vacationing where?
No, I'm more invested in what's more important than Kelly Clarkson. You said not mere moments ago in our Hobby Addicts that you had Tuesday off.
I have a haircut, and I spent so long getting this appointment, Mason.
Oh my, you're giving up Kelly Clarkson for a haircut.
Mason,
Yes?
I have had to reschedule this appointment multiple times. My dead ends are deadening. Deadening.
Just go outside.
I
and
need to get a haircut.
have the deer trim it
Folks,
for
this
you.
is the kind of content you can expect on a Hobby Addicts, not Hobby Addicts, an after party
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
fair.
All these exciting life moments that you just got a glimpse of in this episode.
I'm very upset at the moment. But if I could make myself feel better, I would go to the town in Kiki's delivery service because it's so cute and picturesque. It is just a beautiful place. It is the creators of Kiki's delivery service literally took the most beautiful towns they could see in Europe and mixed them all together and made this town and Kiki's delivery service. Not so many activities to do because it is quite the it's relaxed, you know? It's a little seaside town, so you can go to the beach, but I think just spending several days walking around it, just getting some air, enjoying the bakery shop, maybe just ordering something from Kiki for fun. Maybe what was it that kid that Kiki is friends with? And
Glasses
she has to
too?
help him at the end. What did he do? He was like an aviation fan. Maybe there's something to do with that. Um, Maybe if you bribe Kiki, she'll fly you around on her broomstick. Um, yeah, I think that would be a nice vacation.
Well, I
Speaking of which, I'm
also
going to figure out what else I'm going to do
was
tomorrow because I
thinking
need to figure this
about,
out.
not a vacation of traveling all over a country. And I guess I'm going to glance at the chat and realize that I'm sharing a wavelength with BCom, who suggested this as well. But if you want a nice, relaxing town to stay in, don't stay in Kiki's delivery service where you have this bumbling witch just messing up all the orders and a blimp falling on you. Head instead, if you can survive another 300 years, to the world of Aria and Neo-Venezia, which is the perfect imitation of the city of Venice, both in architecture and atmosphere. It's a harbor city with narrow canals instead of streets, and you travel along by these unmotorized gondolas, piloted by these just beautiful folks singing the most gorgeous songs you ever did hear. And first of all, you're on Mars, which is badass. That's awesome. And you got 2 moons instead of a measly 1. That's double the moons in Kiki's delivery service.
Ooh.
2.
Ooh.
2. Doesn't mess with
Damn.
the tides that much, but hey, that's how it be. Anyway, you go around and you can sample different gondola companies, whether it's the titular Aria, Himea, Orange Planet, and you can just experience all the beautiful architecture of the city, from the reconstruction of notable locations as the Piazza San Marco, the Bridge of Sighs. You can see just the gnarliest, goopiest, just chunkiest looking cats you've ever seen. You'll be like, what is that? And people will say, it's a cat. And you'll be like, I don't believe you. And they'll just say, this is how Mars cats are. I don't know what to tell you. It's all about soothing tranquility, multiple spas, fine dining for your leisure. Though, once again, the cats, they're a little goopy. And if you're into more getting out there, getting out and about, learning about something, which is, I know, lame, nerds, you can join a day trip to see the salamanders and the gnomes in the sky and ground respectively, to see how they like actually manufacture the artificial gravity or just the elements that keep the planet running. So if you just want a chillaxing vacation, head to the world of Aria, head to Neo Venezia, and you'll come back refreshed and renewed and rejuvenated. And that's really what we all want from a vacation, right? I think so.